Hello viewers! Have you noticed the strange grinding noise that becomes more louder as you speed up? Even more, it doesn't seem to change depending on the engine speed or whether you're pressing the brake or not. If so, one of possible and, to be honest, quite likely causes is a damaged or worn wheel bearing. And besides being annoying, this can also be dangerous. But why is this so, and how to tell if the wheel bearings are bad? Well, that's what we'll find out in this video. Let's go! As you may imagine, a bad wheel bearing can cause one or more symptoms, with some being more common than others. One of the most common and probably the most recognizable telltale signs of a bad wheel bearing is a noise coming from a moving vehicle's wheel. You may confuse this with the engine noise, but you will probably hear a crunching or grinding sound that becomes louder as the vehicle speeds up if you listen closely. Because wheel bearings are not known to wear so often, the noise is usually mistaken for something else, with the actual problem remaining unattended. Mostly, wheel bearings are made of hardened steel and can withstand high forces, and they are usually destroyed by heat and water. Heat is generated when there is little or no lubrication, and water can get inside the wheel bearing sometimes. In most cases, newly manufactured bearings are fully sealed. However, if this seal is broken, the wheel bearing starts to fail and makes noise. Another result is if you drive your car at speeds of say 50 miles per hour and you steer it from left to right and shift its weight by doing so, it will start making noise. Be sure to steer gently though, as high speeds and rough cuts can tip your car over. If you steer from left to right or from right to left, the sound will be different. For example, if you turn right and the noise increases, your left wheel bearing is damaged, and similarly, if the noise increases when turning left, it means that your right wheel bearing is damaged. The wheel bearing can be so worn that you have play in the wheel, which then offsets the wheel alignment and wears your tires in strange ways. Obviously, if you see the tire is worn on one side only, the first thing you're probably going to check is the wheel alignment. But before doing this, it might be a good idea to take a look at the wheel bearing, as they can cause this as well. Then there is an excessive play in one of the wheels that you might have if its wheel bearing is bad. You can easily check this by lifting your car with a floor jack and then grabbing a wheel and rocking it back and forth. If you can feel the wheel moving side to side while doing so, especially if it happens in all directions, the bearing might be damaged or loose. But if it only happens in one position, the play is more likely to be caused by worn suspension or steering components. Furthermore, I should point out that some older cars have some play in the wheel bearings straight from the factory, which is not something to worry about. But if you have a newer car though, something is wrong if you can feel any play here. Lastly, we have the steering wheel, which may feel loose and disconnected, which happens if one of the bearings starts sliding inside the wheel hub. And as you may imagine, this is rather alarming, as it makes the car unstable, or, in the worst case scenario, the wheel might even fall off. Needless to say, if the wheel bearing is in such poor condition, you must replace it at once. When you're driving down the road, your car travels in a linear motion while the wheels are rotating. The point at which these meet is the wheel bearings, whose primary function is to ensure a smooth and frictionless rotation of the wheels against the suspension. Although simple and quite reliable, they can cause a lot of trouble if you ignore early warning signs of upcoming failure. Despite the differences in overall appearance because of their application, all wheel bearings have similar components and operate in the same way. There is an outer ring that is pressed inside the wheel hub and stationary, while the inner ring rotates. Between these two rings there is a set of rolling elements, which can be steel balls or cylinders. Their task is to make the movement as smooth and effortless as possible. The grease packed inside the bearing makes this possible, as it reduces friction between moving parts and keeps the temperature down. In the end, there is a seal on each end, made from rubber or a material called Teflon, which keeps the grease inside and stops the dust and water from coming in. If you have one or more of these symptoms and suspect one of the wheel bearings is shot, you'll want to check them before anything else. Not only will this confirm your suspicions, but it will also help you determine which of the wheel bearings, and there are obviously 4 of them, is bad. The first thing to have in mind is that bad wheel bearings produce a humming noise, but only at speeds and under loads. This is something you can use to narrow down the problem. For example, the noise might go away while going through a fast right-hand turn. This means you have a bad wheel bearing on the right side of the car. However, a faulty tire can create a similar noise, so make sure to rule this out before blaming the bearing. For an exact and definitive conclusion on whether the wheel bearing is bad, you need to raise your car. You can do this using a vehicle lift or jack stands. After spinning the wheel as fast as you can, listen for any grinding or humming noises from its center. Another thing to check if there is any play within the bearing itself. To do this, you need to grab the wheel at opposite ends and pull it inwards and outwards. If this causes a metallic sound to come from the center of the wheel, there is an excessive play within the bearing. A bad wheel bearing, especially in its initial phases, will not put your car out of action straight away. Still, that doesn't mean you should ignore it and drive around as if everything is fine. A humming noise coming from the bearing results from excessive wear, which increases friction and causes high temperatures. This means that if you go on a lengthy journey with a bad wheel bearing, it might seize up. However, your car might be good for shorter trips at lower speeds until you can change the bearing. On the other hand, wheel bearings with any amount of play are far more dangerous as they can fall apart. This is because wheel bearings are the only component that connects the wheels to the rest of the car. And even if it stays in one piece, excessive play inside the bearing will upset the steering and handling. So, to avoid any damage or potential hazards, replace the wheel bearing as soon as you notice any of these symptoms. As with most car parts, how much will it cost to replace the bearing depends not only on the car you drive, but also the bearing itself. This is because on most newer cars, bearings, especially the front ones, are integrated into the wheel hub assembly, meaning the whole unit needs to be replaced. As such, they aren't going to be cheap, so you're looking at a couple of $100 to pay for parts only. But the good news is that these types of wheel bearings are quite easy to replace, which equals lower labor costs, assuming you're paying a mechanic to do the job. On the other hand, older cars usually have bearings pressed into the wheel hub and can be replaced separately. And while in this case the bearing is cheap, it usually involves more work and occasionally some special tools. Mechanics either use a bearing extractor or hydraulic press to push the bearing out of its place and then put the new one in. Either way, not the easiest of jobs to be honest, and probably best left to professionals. So viewers, that would be all about the wheel bearings, what they do and how to check them. I hope you found all this to be helpful, and if so, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and share this video with your friends. But if the noise or excessive play is still there, something else might be causing the issue. In that case, check out other videos here or visit our site mechanicbase.com for more detailed repair guides.